Wayne? No. But anyway, let me move on to this. All right. J. Cole. With J. Cole, remember J. Cole, I say this, J. Cole is the forgotten about rapper right now. Ever since this Kendrick Lamar Drake battle took over, poor J. Cole has just been in the cut. You know what I'm saying? And when this started with Like That, when Like That dropped, Kendrick seemed to be calling out J. Cole and Drake. J. Cole was the first one to pop out, jump at Kendrick, and ended up putting out that Might Delete Later album. And then he deleted the song. What was it called? What was that song called? I can't even remember it. What was that song called? Let me know in the comments. I forgot what that song was called. Oh, 7-minute drill. That's what it was. 7-minute drill. So he put out 7-minute drill, immediately took it down. And it is what it is. But after that, he ended up kind of fading back. He's put out some features here and there, but he faded back and went to the background. Now, J. Cole's momentum was building up because around this time last year, For All the Dogs came out. He did the first person shooter mode, said the fall off was happening. It didn't happen last year, but he put out the Might Delete Later project, which many feel was the appetizer to the album coming out this year. So with the fall off, that is his album. He's been promoting that since when? He's been promoting that since, I want to say, KOD. He's been promoting this album since KOD. So my question is, since the Kendrick Lamar battle took over with Drake and Kendrick, this became Kendrick's year, period. Does J. Cole still drop the fall off? Is the fall off still happening? Is this album coming out this year? We're in September. Going into October, we got November, we got December. Does J. Cole still drop his album? Did Kendrick fully take the steam away? Now, if you ask me, I don't know. I took to the polls for Reds View. Shout out to the Reds View community. And I asked y'all, what did y'all think about it? I'm going to show the results in a second. Hold on. Here we go. So I asked the Reds View community. I said, does J. Cole still drop the Fall Off album this year after the Kendrick versus Drake beef? 48% said yes, he will. 21% said no, the beef took away from it. 31% is like me. I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I was glad to ask you all, what did you think? 258 votes. Shout out to the Reds View community. I don't know either. Would it be wise to drop this year? Because the dust hasn't settled yet. But going into next year, would it be wise to drop next year? Because it looks like it's going to be Kendrick's year again next year. When Kendrick drops that album and performs at the Super Bowl, that's going to cause a wave. And like I said earlier, will that cause a ripple effect to make rappers want to rap again and all this other stuff, right? But should J. Cole hold off on this and wait till probably the end of next year? That's what I'm thinking strategically. Now, I was asking some people, and some people feel like maybe, hey, he could do a surprise drop November or December. But the thing is, Kendrick, that him apologizing took a lot of that steam away from him, and a lot of us can't listen to him like we used to, as far as him being braggadocious. That braggadocious, I'm the best, I'm the GOAT rap. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else messing with me rap. So with the fall off, how hungry he sounded on Might Delete Later, did it fizzle off? And did it change the direction of the fall off? Kendrick Lamar, did that change the direction? Because I know this kind of railroaded J. Cole's momentum. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine if this beef didn't happen. Imagine if Like That didn't come out. Imagine in a world where J. Cole ended up in April dropping Might Delete Later, which was a solid project. That was the best project I've heard from him in a minute. Imagine if he dropped that project without any beef or anything like that, and we still looking at him like he's a vicious MC, killing all his features, all that good stuff. And he ended up dropping that, going into dropping the fall off. His numbers would have been great. We would have been talking about he's number one, all this other stuff, right? Because the verses that he's been given lately have been phenomenal. If that Kendrick Lamar stuff wouldn't have happened, he would have had the momentum going in. successful features with Drake, successful tour with Drake, My Delete Later, and then at the last quarter drop the Fall Off. And we're going to be talking about J. Cole because I'm quite sure that album would have sounded great. But that Kendrick Lamar, boy, that little guy came in and just railroaded everything. So what's the status of the Fall Off? And this is something that needs to be talked about because that's something that we all were looking forward to it. But is the direction of the Fall Off, the content, is that going to change because we can't take him serious as that number one rapper anymore? What happens with that? You said, to me, Cole has the most to prove since the beef. He's lost a lot of respect in my eyes. Still one of my favorite artists, though. I can agree with that. I'm so sad about Cole, too. I personally listened to his new album, but I don't see it having the reception it would have gotten last year. Whew. True. Yes, I agree with you, Maya. Laker for life. I fully agree with you. I just won't be able to listen to it the same. It's like, that's why I'm like, okay, the concept for it, like, will it be the same? Because he can't do the vicious MC, I'm number one stuff no more. Kendrick didn't took that away from you. Now, this is the thing. If he hadn't have apologized and he left that up there, if he left that song on there and still went with this beef, I wonder how everything would have happened. Would have had a Not Like Us? Because it would have been like a triple threat match, right? If J. Cole was still involved in the beef and Kendrick was dissing him, well, we would have had more diss records. Lord knows what would have happened. It's just something to really make you think about. I just want y'all to think about that for a minute. If he never deleted that off Might Delete Later, if he never deleted 7 Minute Drill and still was beefing with Kendrick, where would this have went? Would this have ended up still being Kendrick versus Drake? Would a Euphoria been made for Drake and a Euphoria been made for would a Euphoria been made specifically for Drake and would a Euphoria been made specifically for J. Cole? We got to think about all this stuff, right? Because I feel like J. Cole had the support. He had the support. Now, the diss record wasn't that good, but he had the support, but he fumbled it. Shout out to Zero. You said, good evening. Hope all is well with everyone. You said, I can't force myself to listen no more of lukewarm music. J. Cole wasn't making lukewarm music, but man, I just think that it took away from him. It took away from him, and I want to know everybody's opinion about the Fall Off, because that's what it is. This album was supposed to come out, and I was wondering to myself the other day, I was just like, where's J. Cole been? What's going on with him? Is he riding his bike? What is going to happen? But y'all let me know in the comments, where do you think it'll go? I'm thinking he should let this year go out, let Kendrick Lamar put his album out, and then probably consider dropping sometime next year towards maybe the summer or something like that, maybe the fall of next year. The steam from this rivalry, this battle between Drake and Kendrick has to die down first. It has to die down. That's what I feel like, but let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this.